all positions of grips, whether it's French grip or German or I guess what they call American. And you do everything from push pull to freehand to Polar to Gladstone to all those, and it's neat to see somebody be able to can do it because it almost really looks fun, the way he does it, but I guess it's easier, it's harder than it looks, what's the word saying, to do it, but I haven't seen too many except for certain teachers like you and Martinez that are doing the Spivak technique.
Jack Verga, Chad Wackerman.
Yeah, about the teaching it all, right, like you're doing here. I mean, I think Chad, if I remember right, did I get this right? Jack Wackerman did do a series for one of the online drum companies, I think.
DW.
What's that?
DW, Don Lombardi.
Yeah, he did it, and so I've never got to see that. I'd like to see.
Oh yeah, you should. Yeah,
I'm sure it's very good.
Chad sounds great, and he's just a lovely guy. He's just really, he's not just playing a character on TV. He's actually that guy. So yeah. So yeah, you should do that. But that's cool that you're able to stay open.
Yeah.
I
like on any of those techniques at all. It's a different way of doing things. That's all. And it kind of, to me, it'd be nice if you knew them all. They might apply in certain situations, different ways of doing things. People do finger control and so forth like that.
Dick would get into finger pulls. Louis Belson had great fingers.
Yeah.
But the fundamental aspects of this technique are about the wrist, right? And the idea that you're going to you're playing and using this technique in your palm down, and you're going to go to a symbol that's way over here on the right. This is uncomfortable. Well, you wouldn't stay palm down. You go into French.
Yeah.
And once you begin to learn this technique, I mean, yeah, the fulcrum will change. It's not that big a deal. So we're really learning the fundamentals, and then you can bring this knowledge to other techniques too. It'll give you, in other words, if you understand what it feels like to not use your fingers, then you perhaps will be able to understand what it means to use your fingers, right? So there's the yin and the yang that give you the overview that I think you're finding interesting.
Oh yeah, no, I looked at that. I came across that one video accidentally, that Bailey technique, which I thought was interesting too. That guy, as far as I know, he's only done the one video. He talked about he's going to do more, but that was some years back now. He's done the one, so I don't know if he's still alive or if he's just setting out to do more, But and then there's a few other people that were doing the Bailey technique. He does it with matched. There's this other guy, I forgot his name, did it with traditional, and he's doing really well with it too. But anyway, I mean, whatever way they can release the tension and keep you so you can. I mean, Louis talks about how he can keep playing without getting tired, And so, hey, if it's possible, that's great. The idea would be able to play where you don't have to think about it, and it's more of a reflex because your body's trained to do it,
Yeah, you're busy just making music.
Exactly. Yeah. Because if you got I don't know how many times you're improvising and you think about to do a roll and you're thinking about it, but the mind can think it, but the body wasn't able to execute it, and then you stumble. It comes out something different that you didn't attend,
Well, I like the way Richard Martinez describes it. Ultimately, what happens is the instrument disappears. And by that I mean, it's akin to what you're talking about. The idea of having to have the mind instruct the hands or the body to do what it's supposed to do so that you can be musically creative, that goes away. And you are able to transmit or translate your musical thoughts directly to the audience. There is no instrument, right? Which is a lovely way of thinking about it, and a realistic way of thinking about it. We're just, wow.
Yeah.
Instruments, it is a vehicle for your expression, and you're not busy thinking about how do I use this vehicle, and you are able to express yourself in a very direct way. In that sense, the instrument disappears, right? Now, the other thing that freaks people out is the idea that this is the instrument, or the drum, or the cymbal. But how about the idea that the stick is the instrument? Which is another insightful way to recognize what it is we're doing, right? And if it were true that the stick were the instrument, or is the instrument, then we wouldn't want to destroy the instrument's ability to resonate. Which is why this idea of a three-finger grip is so musical.
Yes.
This is recognizing, why would we crush the instrument? That's like putting felt on the strings of the inner workings of the piano.
Right.
Which is, isn't that John Cage? He'd do that on purpose. He would take, screws and put stuff on the strings and create what is a really percussive sounding piano. The piano is a percussion instrument, actually, right? So, but that's purposeful. He's doing that with intention. The idea of crushing or muting the stick, not recognizing that you're not allowing the instrument to resonate, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So,
because the ultimate to me is to have both sticks be able to sound as even and sound the same as possible. So it's purposeful. You're doing that to be purposeful, that you're keeping everything even. Then when you purposely want to add an accent, okay, that's you doing it, not by accident. You purposely accented that note, And
yeah. Well, because that's what you were thinking. You see, that's translating your musical thoughts directly. If you're not thinking accent and an accent comes out, oops. Or if you're thinking accent and an accent doesn't come out, uh-oh. So, in other words, it's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Now, it would say that the traditional part of the fun is you can never quite get it to sound exactly the same as the right. It's been there years because it's running through the hand in a different way, and it's part of the charm. It also has a cool feel. So there's kind of something neat about splitting the mind and having one hand feels one thing and the other, and feeling how they're similar but they're different. And so we're listening now with regards to. I'm trying to connect with what you said that was specific or more closely related to where I'm going, but the idea of, well, now I'm going to play an accent, or now I'm not. What a lot of guys don't realize is, and you can get away with it on an electronic kit, and you can get away with it because people don't quite know what it is they're hearing often. But the idea that if you're looking to play multiple rebounds, for instance, and the stick is landing in different places, you're playing out of tune.
Yes, right.
It's not supposed to go da 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 da. It's supposed to go da 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 da. maybe get a little quieter because rebounds will decay, but da 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 da. It's supposed to be a note, right? So we're not going daga 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 daga, and we play an accent. It goes dick daga 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 clunk. It's supposed to go daga 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 wop. Get louder, but not change the timbre of the instrument or the instrument. Right.
That's why I noticed. I felt like the drummers that are playing consistently in the same location each time, I kind of respect more. I've seen other guys and they probably said, well, maybe it wasn't that important to them. But yeah, they can do all this stuff, but I'm seeing the stick go over here and over there on the snare drum, and it works, but it just looks sloppy to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
It's good that you're noticing that from a visual point of view, but as you develop, you'll start to hear that, right? Yeah. It's like, this guy, why doesn't it sound like Vinny? Because he's playing out of tune, and Vinny doesn't play out of tune. It's really neat to watch. So, videos of Virgil Donati, man. That left hand, bam, right there. That's what these landing strips are for. Because that's why I practice on this thing so often. This thing is a killer.
Yeah. Where do you get it?
Hey, let's go online. It's called Wicked Chops by the Head. Yeah, you should have one of these. You should have the reflex, non-bounce pad, right? So you have to fool around with this stuff. This is part of the fun, man. This is the reward for being a drum nerd. You get to play around on stuff like this.
Yeah. Is there any more insight into my left hand match grip or anything else I could try that might help me in that regard?
We'll get there. You have to kind of trust me to know when to. A great therapist always knows just when to throw the dart.
Okay.
To read the patient. You don't say something too soon and freak the patient out. You have to know it's all about the timing. So I'll know when to throw that dart. Right?
Okay.
So I haven't forgotten.
Every once in a while, I will challenge myself, and I said, well, I always try to go back to the beginning. I said, okay, I'm just going to go back to the grip. And so I tried there. And it's still, it still does the weird, quirky things right now. So I said, okay, well, it's still in the same place at the moment. So
yeah, no. But I don't believe that you have any physiological problems. It's a problem that so many people that are utterly physically healthy have to, go through. And this is part of the beauty of art, because it's just not a matter of making a bunch of numbers add up. Not that there's, people that understand numbers can work in that other realm. I don't mean to be pejorative that way, but there is something unique about having to have a marriage between mind and body, right? And so, for whatever reason, like I mentioned, I couldn't play Wipeout leading right for a year. As a kid, I used to play Wipeout. It's my big hit. I got a standing ovation at my high school talent show. But I, for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to play it leading right. Which tells you something, right?
Had you ever seen anybody else with my particular problem before as a student?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I had one student, he's passed away. I guess it'd be okay to, it doesn't matter who he was, but he was having terrible physical problems based on playing. He's playing loud gigs and cover bands, in tribute bands.
Yes.
And he was delighted with regards to how much better he felt playing the instrument. So it's cool. And so let's Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Now you've had a bunch of success. We started off with playing alternating flams, right? Which is kind of one of the it's a big part of this technique. And let's see.
I was on the single stroke page last time.
We were at 52. Now, did you find some batteries for your metronome?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude, you got to do that. You got to have a metronome. It's such. Now I noticed when you were playing, you were in time with my metronome. So, but it'd be very helpful. And how are you going to practice without a metronome? Okay. Well, you can use your phone. You're using your phone to.
As a metronome app on it, yeah.
So you can use your phone to practice, but for the lessons particularly, and just to take yourself seriously, there's a certain amount of dedication or commitment that's required, I think. And it'll help you move along more quickly as well, somehow. It's like, I don't know. I went out and bought all this stuff. What are you going to do? Just let it sit there? Your little inner voice is talking to you. I don't think so. Now get your rear end over to the pad and let's do some play. Right, so the psychology of music. All right, so let's just take a look at, again, let's just look at the flam, the alternating flam. Now remember, as you could say, the flam is one hand high, the other hand low, right? And in this technique, when we say one hand is high, we're thinking about raising, making a throw, right? We're thinking about making a throw, right? See, I'm working on playing in tune. I'm watching. I wanna land there. I wanna land there. I wanna land there. You see how it's harder than you think, right? I wanna come right back to there and get a particular sound. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Spivak Wilson half the effort twice the speed.
Okay.
And that means we're going to recognize that we can play up strokes. We can play up strokes, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it works in both grips. And what's happening, you see, go ahead and play. Go ahead and play. Okay, now can you combine those? Can you play? Not bad. Can you play alternating flams? Doing that. One has to make the little note going up, just like you're doing is just repurposing them. Up, no, you got to play the flam. The flam has an arpeggiatura, and that comes first, and it's an up. No, you're not playing the right stuff. See, it's okay. This is gonna take a minute. But once you start to get your mind and your hands wrapped around this idea, as Marie would say, it makes the whole thing much easier to understand. So the hand that's playing the downstroke has to be preceded by the hand that's playing the upstroke. So if we're going to play a right flam, meaning the right hand is the primary note, so it's the hand that's high, we have to, and we can do it immediately. We're going to make a downstroke, and just before it lands, the left is going to go up. Left has to precede it. No, the right has to start here. Come on, just get to here. Pointing, no, not up here. That's arm. We're pointing down at wrist. If your wrist really went up, it would look like that. This would be arm. This would be wrist. Now the left has to go, but the left has to go up. You got, yeah, but it has to make a note. it has to make that little tap. No, just do it one way. Make a tap. Yep. Point down. Point down on your right. There you go. Now you're ready to make a little flam. Oh, it has to be up. No, no, no. Yeah, you right to left and go up. There it is. Oh, stop. And now the right's going to go up. Now the left's going to go up. It's got to go up. It's a little slow. It's got to go up. Up. Show me what the up looks like. Just show me what the up looks like. This is where I have to practice patience, because I remember how hard it was. But then it becomes much less hard. So just show me an upstroke in the left. We're only going to go one. Don't play the right. You have to stay with me now. That's part of the gig, right? You have to just channel the continuum, right? Be part of the here and now. So the left, just the left. You put the right stick down for a minute. So put it down. Put it on your lap. I don't care where. But yeah, the right stick. Get rid of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, take it off the pad though. I don't want it rattling around. Yeah. That's where the table comes in. So the left, we're just going to memorize what an upstroke is in the left. That means we have to make a tap. You have to make, no, listen. Hear it? Like that. That will be the little note that happens just before the right hand lands. It has, see what the left is doing? It's going tap. So when you add the right hand, okay, now stop. Now you have to stay with me. You got that by slowing down. You have to slow down. Now the right, it's just going to wait here. This is just a little remedial thing to help you feel this. Okay, and now the left, you can put that into place. Relax your arm in the right. I don't want any arm. It's just wrist. See, pointing down. Beautiful. There you go. Now remember, don't play yet. The left is going to make a little tap. Do it. Like that. Come back in your left. Come back in your left. Okay, now just before the right lands, the left is going to make that little tap. Go slow motion, like that. Stop. That was it. Now it's going to be, we're going to reverse the procedure. Now the left is the one up, pointing down beautifully. You're not using your arm like you do in the right a little bit, so your left's better. Your left just comes up without thinking about it. We're trying to get rid of having to think about stuff. If you're really leading with your left, with your wrist in the left, it would look like it does right now. Now you're right. We're not going to play with the left because I know you can go boom. We're just going to make an upstroke in the right, which will be this. No, nothing in the left. I can make you put the left stick down, but I trust that you just will concentrate on the right. The left's just going to wait here. The right's just going to do that. That's it. So just before, you can do it in slow motion, I don't care. Just before the left gets down, the right has to go like that, but be pointing down in the right. It would have been perfect if you... No, wait. See, you're starting to shake, only because there's confusion. And then the body goes, wait a minute, right? So it has nothing to do with your body. It's the mind freaking out, which it does. It's part of the coolness of this. Or we could do something a lot easier.
Sorry.
All right, music is a very hard instrument. Okay. So we're up in the left, pointing down, ready to make a downstroke. And we're just going to remind ourselves, the right just does that. It's a little tap, but it has to come up a little. Yeah, come up just a little. Sorry. Look, I forgot. I got to keep this here. The right's going to just come up a little, like that. So come back down on the right. The left is going to make a downstroke, and just before the left lands, the right's going to do that. No, you forgot what the right does. The right doesn't do this. What you did this. No, the right does what? This. Yeah, but the left has to come to. No, wait, put the left back here. Now, just before the left lands, you can go slow. Come on, copy me. Slowly, the right's just going to do this. Pointing down, you lifted an arm. You're no longer Buddy Rich. Buddy's gone. Your arm. That's what I'm hipping you to the inside of this technique. So we gotta go through. It's painstaking, but it's nothing. We're here. This is wrist. See, wrist, right? And the right's gonna have to make a little note, and it's wrist. You see, it goes up, but it's wrist. Yeah, it doesn't do this. That's arm. If the bead comes away from the surface, you know you used your arm. It's got to be pointing down to prove it's wrist. It's got to make a little tap like that. Come back in your right. Now in slow motion, we're going to come down the left, and just before it lands, the right's going to point down when it makes its little tap. Come on. Point down. No. No. Little tap in the right. Tap. No. It's just making one note, but you got it. I don't know why you keep going. There it is. There. No. You're going to wait. We're through medial. You're just going to do this. And wait. Well, you're up. You can't brought it up. Bead's brought a point down. There, you got it. Wait. Okay, do it again. Yeah, it goes back and forth, doesn't it? It's cool. It's a cool feeling. Point down in the right. There it is. Stop. Now you're back in the other position. Keep the right up. Right's point just made an upstroke. Come on.
You pull out.
You do it.
Plug in, just make sure it was okay. Come on, battery. Why is it not? Hold on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That was plugged in. Doing something weird here. Come on out.
I know you tried earlier.
There we go.
Okay, and just a little less of the ceiling, even though I love this, a beamed ceiling. Very hip. Okay, cool. Yeah, and just a little more of your left. Just not too much. There you go. Okay, so you just had it.
All right.
Okay, so just take our time and have fun with this. That's why I'm here. Okay, so the left is up with the wrist. It's not, and the right. Remember, the right just makes a tap with the wrist, so it's pointing down. So we're just going to go tap, and the right's going to come up and wait. There it is. There it is. Stop. Now you're in position to go the other way. Now the right's going to come down, and the left's just going to make a little tap. Tap. There you go. Point down. You got it. Oh, okay. Now we're going the other way. Now the left's going to come down. The right's going to go up. No, you yanked it up. That'll start to keep you shaking. It will. It's nothing. It's a tiny little bend. It's just this. No. There it is. No, just we have to wait up. And wait. No. Waiting up means you're up but pointed down. This is confusing, isn't it? Up in the right means your wrist is up, but the bead is still down. Watch. This is up. This is up. We're up, but I'm down. Counterintuitive. That's what it does. But your left has to be up, ready to throw. And the right's just going to make that little tap just before. No, you put the bead up.
Okay, one more time.
You pulled the bead up. There it is. Stop. Feel that. That's wrist in the right, making a tiny little upstroke. Now go the other way. Now the left's going to go up, and the right's going to do its throw. And the left's going to point down. There, see? So now concentrate. Right's just going to go up and point down. Just a little ahead. Point down, stop. You see, that'll make you shake. Now your right's shaking, right? Because you're not doing it right. But when you do it right, it doesn't shake. It just goes like that. Like that. That's all it does. See, that's wrist. Wrist. There, you got it. See how that feels? Feels like there's a pulley, doesn't it? Almost feels like a pulley.
Yeah.
Look, it feels like a pulley. This one goes like that, then this goes like that, and then you're getting this thing, like the balladees and dancers, right? Isn't that it? Look.
Yeah.
How are you ever going to get this
Wow.
if you're doing this?
Yeah.
Right? They're so beautiful when they do that. Right?
Yeah.
See, it's really it's gone up, but it's pointing down. And it comes down, and the whole thing reverses. You get this beautiful motion. Yeah, you're pointing down. There you go. Now the other way. Balinesian dancer. No, point down. Do the dance. Do the dance. You got it. You got it. Keep it pointing down. See, that's it. And go nice and smooth. Got to point. See how the bead's pointing down on the left? Now the right's going to point down. No, point it down. No, stop. You got it. But if you come up and the bead is up a little bit, point it back down and fix it. There you go. You got it. See how that feels? Like a pulley, like a dance. Almost like a beautiful little dance, isn't it? No, you're not pointing down. On the right, point down. There it is. See, you're moving less than you think. You're moving too much. Nope, you move too much. Your bead's up in the air. There it is. Barely move. It's tiny. Bead that up a little bit. Nope, you're not pointing down in the right. Nope, you're a little high. Point down in the right. Down, down, down. There you go. Can't speed it up. If you start pulling, nope, you won't be able to speed that up. It'll be a klutzy mess. And you'll sound like, you use a different analogy. You'll sound like horses crossing a bridge. Clunkety, clunkety, cluck, 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 cluck. It won't sound clean. You got to keep the motions have to be clean or it won't sound. There it is. See how that feels? Yeah, just do that over and over. Yeah, you should go both ways. Do it right. There you go. Now go the other way over and over. That's it. You got it. That's the feeling. Now go the other way. So I'll have you do, with no metronome, I'll have you do that over and over. And now, if you can keep the right bead down, because it's your right that's hanging up, you'll be able to speed that up. That's it. See look how little you're moving. You're coming a little more on the left, but it's fine. See how it goes back and forth. A beautiful little dance. Now the right's going to go up. And then, yeah, and the left's coming down. No, left comes down, the right. No, you pull the bead up. Yeah, that's arm. Klutzy. Klutzy. Stiff and jerky. You want to play stiff and jerky like that guy? Then I'll play all the drummers. They play stiff and jerky. Is that what you want, Kevin? No. See, now you're not stiff and jerky. Now you're beautifully smooth. Yeah, you're just gonna have to work on that, but you got it. Yeah, you're back. See, it's back. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's just
once you get it down.
It's just gonna go back and forth. We're just gonna, and I'm not even getting into the details of what's really going on in the hand, because there's some important stuff going on in the hand. And eventually, we can start to bounce it. And start now we're not squeezing and releasing. It's like we're throwing for two. You see, and this is what happens with doubles. I'll hip you to this. See, in reality, let's see. In the case of where you are throwing for two, right? If you're throwing for two, you see, it's just doubles, isn't it? Okay, if you take one hand away, watch, or in the other hand. Now watch, they're just doubles, but they sound like flams, don't they? They're flams. Now, if I take the one hand and I divide them differently, you'll get. Now what is it? Look it, or don't never say look it. Terrible English. Look at this. So here you got alternating flams, just throwing for two. And then you've got, now you have Swiss triplets, but the one hand is just still playing two, isn't it? Yeah. Just like this hand. But if you split them, see, you have flams that might be like this, blah, blah, and then you have Swiss triplets, blah, da, da, blah, da. They're split a little differently, right? And then now if you're going to play doubles, what will doubles look like? Now you still have two, right?
Right.
So if we have and now Swiss triplets, now doubles. It's still just doing this, isn't it? Now we also have this. What's this? Sounds like singles, doesn't it? Sounds like singles. Look, still two notes. I'm just taking groups of two and moving them around. They're like this, and they're like this, and they're like this. All I'm doing is playing two notes in each hand, right? And we're just coordinating them.
Right.
So getting these motions and coordinating the timing is a big part of the technique. And the other big part of the technique, which you felt today, is the dance, right?
Yes.
I mean, you ever had the pleasure of dancing with someone who danced on Broadway?
No.
Every little move you make, they're right there with you. It's pretty amazing. There's this thing that happens, right? And even within the context of one's own coordination, when you hear a great tap dancer, right, the one leg and the one foot is dancing with the other, or it starts to sound as though this person needs to go back and study a little more, right? Doesn't sound right. So that was really good. You get the dance, the timing, and these motions, which give you the dance. And that's what you're hearing in the players you like. See, now you'll be watching players now and start to notice different things. You're already noticing, geez, they don't land in the same place. Well, yeah, they don't. If they don't, you get they don't. Watch, they don't. How are you going to get? How are you going to see? You want the same, but bottom. No, doubles will always sound ridiculous. You'll be out of tune. Won't sound smooth. So you'll be watching for people playing in tune. You'll be watching the dance, right?
Right.
And you'll start to notice the other aspects, which will only avail you the opportunity to improve yourself. Okay, single strokes, page 25. We can't abandon that. Now, I want to get to new stuff, but there's no rush. Within the context of reinvestigating something that we've done before, and you've maybe only done it once before. I mean, you're right at the beginning, right? So, metronome on at, okay. So metronome is on at 40. Okay. 40. And this. So we're doing that other exercise. I'll write that out for you, but we're doing that with no metronome. I just want you to feel the motions. And as you lock in to the motions, and you don't do this, and you just do this, watch, or just does this. Okay? It doesn't do this. Imagine how that'll sound. It won't. If you wanted them to sound, you'd want them both to do this at least. You have to match them up. But if one hand is doing this, the other hand should be doing this. And then when you put them, see, it's like the splitting of the doubles. One hand is doing this, the other hand is doing this, and then you're going to time them. Plop, 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 plop. See? And now you have flams with this beautiful motion. And you have the dance. Now we're not making motions. Now we're just turning our wrist. Okay. So go ahead, and you did well last time. Let's see if that's stuck. You're going to play the first exercise, 5 notes, or you can count 3. That's why there's a 5 with a circle and a 3 on the other side. So go ahead and give me da 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 da. See, that's pretty good. Now let's since we've already done this, and I can see, you see, and you did mention, oh, my left gets a little more tight than my right in a weird way. Maybe it's just because this is somewhat new to me. I remember reading something in one of those. I haven't mentioned this to you. Sometimes I'll mention something to one student, and then I won't remember which student I mentioned it. So, but it's okay because Dick Wilson used to repeat himself all the time. And it wasn't like he forgot he said it. He just thought you needed to hear it again. And so I was studying with a drummer in Toronto as a 14-year-old, 13 or 14-year-old, and he had that Lud. It's very well known. A bunch of people would, I guess they used to send out periodicals, Ludwig would, and they'd have authorities talking about, and that's when everyone was going to, I think I did mention this too, that's where everyone was going to matched. Because in matched, you use more muscles. So it's a stronger grip. Okay. So years later, I took that to Dick, and he said, you don't use more muscles in matched. You use less muscles in matched. Okay, here we go. He goes, yeah, because in the right turns thusly. In the left, to get the wrist to turn or rotate, the ulna has to cross over the radius. Right. And so you actually have more muscular movement here. Right? The grip does nothing. If you're not using fingers, so that's guys that are thinking fingers. We're going to use our fingers. And I've got more fingers that I can put on the stick because these ones are underneath and you only have one finger on the stick here or your thumb. And their concept of how to play is utterly different than this technique. So if you're just holding the stick, as Buddy Rich would say, you hold the stick, you don't choke it, you keep it, but you have a grip, and you give it enough room to breathe, which we're talking about, so that it can rebound, which is where this is going. You see, suddenly you don't use all these muscles. And if you're really turning and not using fingers, then there are more muscles that are happening in the left, which is why the left might tire out a little sooner. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe. And remember, at a certain point, that's supposed to happen. That's why we have these motions, so we can release any tension that we built up. Right? It's what Louis was talking about. He doesn't get tired. So now we're going to look at how this works. So God, there it is. So if we're playing, now how would you go? How would you do that? Can you do that?
Was that using the arms?
No. See? This is cool, right? I'm turning higher. Can you turn higher? How would you play a crescendo single stroke roll? Okay, so we don't really need the metronome right now. Uh-huh. Cool, isn't it? All right, so watch. So if I'm thinking, just turning up to here. The right is a little different than the left. Here's where they're kind of, so I'm coming close to being up to perpendicular to the ground. And you'll notice that I'm not clutching the stick because I'm not using this other approach with all the muscles connected to each finger. I'm not doing that. Just holding the stick with the 3-finger grip, and it comes away from the palm ever so slightly. But I'm not really, that doesn't even matter. If you just hold the stick and believe in this grip, it'll work. And so you're going to turn up and down. Just do that. Okay, so we're going to turn all the way up. Now at a certain point, maybe right in there somewhere, the wrist will lead the arm up a little bit, perhaps. Right? We're not going to hold it down because I'm not going to use. No, if your system is loose, at a certain point, and you turn high enough, that the arm might get engaged, and it looks like this when I get to the top. So just do that on the right. See, that's about how much the arm would get engaged. And then everything is just going to turn down. So it's just going to turn down. There you go, that's a good one. You come up, I don't go throwing my hand open or anything, I'm just holding it here. Whatever happens will happen, and then I turn down. And I'm just letting it fall. Yeah, you don't need much. See, in this technique, we get volume by turning higher. And that way, we don't have to use more muscle. Here's the muscle thing again. We just stay loose in terms, you see, you're getting a nice zonk. I can hear the stick resonating. That's a beautiful sound. Now, yeah. Now on the left, how are you going to do that? This is where it gets a little tricky.
Yeah, that's, my wrist only wants to go so far.
That's what I'm talking about. At a certain point, at a certain point, if we want to match the right, it's the arm interacting with the wrist is more profound.
Yeah.
See? To get them to the same height, but I've led with my wrist. Oh, yeah. Oh, I shouldn't even tell you what you're doing. It's beautiful. What you're doing is what you should be doing. And this is where you might want to watch the Murray Spivak video again. Because at some point he goes, yeah, he's you're way up here. He's got this gigantic hand. Murray's got really big hands. And he's got his hand up here in the air. And it looks like this. Just do this with me. No stick. He's like this. It's big. He's opened up his hand. Open your hand up a little. Yeah, you're Murray. There you go. Think Murray, right? So, and then you come down and it comes back to being closed. Isn't it supposed to be closed down here? Like that? It's closed. Be in position. You're holding the stick, right? You're just like this. Be in position. Your arm's not on your leg. You're not reaching forward. We're just letting everything hang. The left elbow is a little more forward than the right. That's another difference. Okay? I'll hit you to that too, right at the beginning. You see, if both my elbows were the same, it would look like this. And you wouldn't be playing in the center of the drum. Thus, you'd be out of tune. So it's true. We move the left forward just a little and get it into the center. So see how the elbow, just a little more forward, but hardly anything. It just hangs there. Okay, so now we're going to turn up and look what my hand did. See what your hand is doing?
Yeah.
It's opened a little, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And now just in slow motion, come back down and let it come back to being closed like it was. Yeah, that's right. Come on, let it close. There it is. Oh, yeah, so we'll do it with the stick in the hand. I gotta get in position. Now we're gonna come up. Arm gets a little involved, hand opens a little, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little open, and then and you're not squeezing, it just does this. And then the hand comes back to where it was. And so when we go, if we're just turning in here, you see, you're not going to feel much of that at all. But now, see, right now, look at my left arm. See, my left arm's moving more than my right. Now, to get it even higher, see? And the right just feels like it's holding. It's not pronounced in the way that the left seems to open up. Now, not bad. I just don't want it. The trick is just because the arm is involved doesn't mean, hey, look, it kind of looks right. No, it's not right. But we really have to lead with the wrist. Like that. So it has to come from rotating or turning. So go nice and slow. That's pretty good. Go nice and slow with me.
Okay.
Come on up. Oh, now the hand's going to start to open a little. Turn, turn, turn. It's coming from the turn. If you stop turning and the arm is going up and you're not doing this, you're not feeling it. Turn, turn. There you go. Now come on down. Let it all fall. Beautiful. Come on up again. Come up. All the way up. They're beautiful. Now let that crash down. Bam! That's it. Now, so can you get the two hands? Let's get this tempo. We might not take the chart all the way up. I just want you to feel this. I don't want you rushing through this. And playing at that height, at the speed that it ultimately goes to. I don't even know if it's possible. Okay, so we're doing what? 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, why are you stopping up? Yeah, you stop down. But you're not turning high enough. Now you have to decide how high you're going to come up. No, you don't wait up in the air. This is how high you come up before you come back down and stop at the surface. How high can you really turn? No. Stop down. There you go. Come on. Turn a little higher. Decide on your shirt. Where's it going to come up to? Decide. Bring them both up. Come on, bring them up. Let's decide. Maybe not quite. Maybe not quite to perpendicular. Right there. Oh, there you even them out. So where does that up to your ear? The lower part of your ears. Can you come up that high every time? Can you? Go on, go for it. I know. Neat, huh? Yeah, I know. Right. That's the other side of it. But you're going to stop down. It's all going to fall. There, that just falls down. You'll have all that weight and the volume that comes from moving through the air from that height with gravity on this planet. Okay, it's neat that you're doing it together. You've created a cool exercise, but let me see this. Come on. Yeah, you lost your height. Is it too hard to come up? Come up maybe just to your chin. Come on now play those singles coming up to your chin. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3.
Oops.
There you go. There you go. Come on, bring them up. Bring them up to your. Come on, left. Gotta come up. Let it be free. Good. And come on, but don't wait up there. You lift it up and let it fall. There you go. Look at you. No, don't wait up there. You have it. Let it fall every time. Come on. Rotate all the way up to here. Come on. Remember Murray's big hand.
Yeah.
You got it. Stop down. Okay, now we're going to play the next iteration. Now it's 1 and 2 and 3 and.
Okay.
I don't want to. This isn't about speed right now. I want you to feel this. So 1 and 2 and there's 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and there's 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Don't stop in the air. Got it.
Oops, sorry.
Everything's waiting at the floor, right there at the floor. And you raise them up again. Higher. Not 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Count 1 and 2 and 3 and.
1 and 2, 3 and.
Oh.
1 and 2, 3 and.
1 and 2 and 3 and.
1 and 2 and 3 and.
That's it.
2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Oh, I'm doing it wrong.
You got it.
And 2 and 3. Nope. 1 and
2. Just don't go lifting up the other hand. You don't need it. You got it.
1. I've done number 7, right?
No, 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Got 6 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Jeez.
1 and 2 and 3 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, we're doing. Oh, I'm sorry. That's.
Yeah, we're there. Number 6. We started with the first iteration. Now we've just added 1 note. But stop down.
Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and.
There you go. Come on, rest.
3,
There you go.
2 and 3 and.
Come on, higher.
2 and 3 and.
Higher. Rotate to the left. Rotate that thing up. Murray's giant hand.
3 and.
They have the pod.
2 and 3 and.
Okay, you're getting the idea. Now we're going to 4. Let's go to 4.
Yeah.
Go to 4, right? I'm coming up a little higher than you. I'm maintaining my height of turn.
2 and 3 and.
So now so we had 2 and 3 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and
4.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Sorry. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Nope. Blow it.
Not bad. Stay low. Come on, keep that hand down while you're thinking.
Third line, right?
We're number, yeah, that's right. Third one, number 7. It says 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's
2 and 3 and 4.
You got it.
2 and 3 and 4.
There you go.
2 and 3 and 4.
Come on, rotate higher on the left. Get that stick up. Come on, up in the air, and let it fall crash back down. Come on.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
There it is.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Oh, come on, stop down. Don't give me the up in the air free stroke stuff. That's not what we're doing. You got a little bit of the free stroke thing. There it is.
2 and 3 and 4.
Right?
2 and 3 and 4.
All right, now you start to feel the gravity. You start to feel up to come down. So that would be, so we have 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Not bad.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
I'm raising higher than you, but not bad.
2 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Oops.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, well, you're not saying that this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you still have this action, don't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and
6.
2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
1, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, you're not coming up very high now.
No.
You're at the peak. You're at the peak. Good, dude. It's good. It's good. You're at the what is it? The apex of your apotheosis, or something like that. Okay, so you see, there is a distinction, isn't there? Now you're starting to learn how this technique works. Yeah, you don't play all stiff and decide it's a wrist turn. I can't move my arms. No, the arms will follow. They really will. They'll follow if you really lead with them. But you got the hand in the left does something. Get that Murray Spivak thing going on, the giant hand of God that just comes crashing down because it's just up to come down, and we could get this much volume if we only came up to here and then went, but if we come up to here, we can just come down and we'll get the same volume. Okay, so we might have to move more, but it's well worth it in that we maintain relaxation. But that's what Louis is talking about. So you'll see these guys, the sticks flying around, but they're nice and relaxed, right? So you're going to be watching for that. And you're beginning to get the idea. You're starting to feel, you're feeling gravity. You're feeling this technique's concept, which is up to come down. I have to be careful with certain things that I say, but it's a compliment. The idea is you want to play like a fat man. Nice and settled, not all up in the air. Oh. Yeah. Okay, turning off the camera.